I'm short as it is. You get the tall chair.
I'll scoot down a little bit.
You can't even sit up in this dang thing.
Heck yeah.
Cool. That's like 20 minutes.
That's like 20 minutes. We're going to have to cut out.
Intro of all intros, here we go. This is the intro. So we're going to put this at the front of the video.
Yeah.
Right after our little snippet intro thing with the Mustang. So this video is 20 minutes long. I'm going to shut up now. Today we're just kind of going to do a quick little video going over all the ideas and plans that we have for the Seat Time Stang. We're not going to go over too much about what's already done to it because you guys have seen a lot of it. But we give you a quick little rundown of basically... we got the car.
Oh, just yeeted at me. I'm sorry. Caused my shoulder. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
He just did raise again. He's over there.
Yeah.
So anyway, basically, the car's already got a bunch of stuff done to it that we've either had to do or that we've had the chance to do. But big quick things are cold air intake, EGR delete, some exhaust, clutch and transmission, welded diff.
Yep.
Control arms and weight reduction, pulling the interior out.
The riser push button start setup we have.
Yeah, the little push button start thing, and then we have the Brid Lomax seat in it now, and I think that's up to date.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we have like 4 sets of wheels for it.
Yes.
But for what we're going over today is going to be everything that we want to do to it in the future. No specific order, just kind of our to-do list nonetheless of what we want for the car over the next who knows how long. So hopefully soon, so that way we can bring you guys content. But yeah, I mean, for now it's just whatever gets done. Whatever order we can get it done. So
and I'm sure the list is going to get much bigger, but this is a pretty good setup. And oh crap, it's over there. Hold on. Did a cardboard list. Put my chair line down, and also chair line. If you are watching, not a sponsor yet, but best stuff ever. If you haven't had chair line yet, you gotta give it a shot.
it really is good.
It's so good.
It really is. He got me into it. I'd never had your money. He's like, you ever had it? And I was like, no. Grab me a bottle. Pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. So big list. Kind of going down the list here. First thing, big thing, coilovers. Gotta go with that. We have our mind set on some BC racing coilovers. Just because, I mean, it seems to be the main one in the industry. Everybody seems to have them because they work. And we're working on what kind of spring rate we want to go with right now for future applications with the car as we add more power to it and stuff like that. But that's definitely the brand we're going to go with here soon. And should hopefully have those by our first event in September. On the car, hopefully
coming up soon. I had some unexpected expenses come up, so I wasn't able to front my half to be able to get them next month. But gotta have the dailies working, right?
Exactly.
But yeah, and the big thing with like going with BC and such is, well, one, they have a big backing name behind them, but they are fairly local to us.
Yep.
And the nice thing is too is whenever we do change up our setups, whether we do an engine swap or just add more power, or for instance, whenever you do an angle kit on these SM95s, new edge, you kind of lose the sway bar. So it'd be really nice to be able to order just a set of coils from them to swap out for whenever we do get to that point, so we can up the spring rate and kind of make up for it if we don't come up with another way to mount the sway bar.
Yeah.
But that's going to be a huge change for the vehicle. The control arms already did a huge amount for how the car feels, but it's going to be insane having a suspension that's not a boat.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be freaking awesome.
Yeah. The next thing on the list is the harness bar / harnesses. So that'll be probably the next thing we order. I have them in my cart already. We were going to get them from American Muscle. again, they got a crap ton of stuff for obviously the Mustangs. That's kind of where they got their start. But no, that's a big thing. So we can compete at OSW for their thing. That's one of the big things they require is a harness bar and harnesses.
For aftermarket seats primarily.
Yeah, for aftermarket seats, exactly. So
yeah, and now we have the Brit seat. Kind of need a harness.
Exactly. So
yeah.
So that's a big thing. Going down the list again, ankle mods, ankle kit.
And these aren't in any specific order.
No.
These are just in the order of the list.
Yeah, this will be way down the road most likely, but
I'm hoping within the next year.
Yeah,
that would be sick. But we have ones kind of specifically picked out that I've been doing some research on and seem to have a lot of good talk about them and such. Yeah. But the FDF Mantis angle kit, 65-ish degrees of angle, which is quite a bit.
It was almost double what we got now.
Yeah. But it's it's got a good background behind it. It's all build, construction and whatnot. You get tie rods and stuff with it as well. So comes not full lower control on everything that you need. So it's kind of pricey, but you get what you pay for. And if it's one of those things that no matter what we do to the car later on, we can use that angle kit. So
yeah, next big thing on the list is steering wheel. So whether it's definitely a quick release setup, especially with the seats we have now, it'll be nice to be able to get that out of the way, easier in and out of the car. Also, size and obviously grip level will be huge for the driving aspect of it, especially while sliding.
Currently we have a stock one that's like halfway chewed out on the top.
And the top kind of caves in a little bit when you grab
it. Freaking sweet.
Yeah, but that's definitely a big thing. Not quite sure which style we're gonna go with yet, but that's definitely something we want to do pretty soon too. So after that, obviously hydro and e-brake or hydro e-brake.
Yeah.
That's almost a must when you're doing any kind of competing.
Yep.
So that'll definitely be on the list.
And I think it's Drifting America or Drifting American or something like that I found online. They have a whole kit, which is going to be super nice, but they have like the handbrake itself, the mount, lines that are already pre-measured and set up for you that are AN6, I think, or something like that. They're pretty small, but everything you would need for to set up the hydro brake. And then they have the caliper brackets themselves. So it'd be super nice to be able to basically just pull the axle shafts out, throw the brackets on and everything, throw another set of factory calipers. You literally just take the left and rights and swap them from side to side. Yeah, and you just swap them from side to side and throw the lines on and lead the system. So that'll be super nice to have. And they also have pretty good reviews on all their stuff. So
exactly,
I'm gonna send it on that.
Yeah.
But,
all right. Power adders.
Yeah.
So, we'll do a little turf ski. It's a little bit of power juice, nitrous.
We don't know yet. We're just trying to figure out a way we're going to blow this 3.8 up eventually. But for now, we're going to let it ride. So it's an actual Seat Time car.
Yeah.
And we can just rock the 200 horsepower that it supposedly had from the factory in 2000, which means it's got like 100 now or 130. Whatever. Anyway.
It's got enough to slide right now.
It's got enough to play. Especially with it wet out like this. It's freaking awesome. It feels like you have 500 horsepower. Especially with the no tread on the tires at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, power outer in the future would be sick. Probably just going to blow this one up. But we have the other one sitting in the garage that we have been thinking about building, but we'll see. Because we might power add this one, we might do turbo or supercharger, spray the ever living god out of it, and then just put a different motor in it.
Yeah.
But for now, kind of keeping it baseline. Probably in the next year or so, we'll go with a power adder. But I figure we throw it in there just to see what we can come up with.
Exactly.
What we may be able to just throw together.
Yeah. If y'all have any good ideas too, like I said, shoot us the comment in below. After you like and subscribe to the channel, just comment there. Let us know what you think.
Let us know what you want to see.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't mind experimenting a little bit with it because it's just a little 3.8, and you might have the same or similar car and want to see something, but aren't in the situation to do it. Let us know. Maybe we can figure it out and go with it. I mean, I've even contacted like DIY tuners just to check and see, or DIY auto tune. The people that make the Mega Squirt systems. And I was asking about the MS3 Pro because I've got a little bit of experience with messing with it with some of our friends with Miatas, and I like the platform, and they said they're in development stages of it. So it'd be really cool to be able to throw that on, throw a turbo on it, and just play around and be able to show kind of how we do that process and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's a possibility. So
Exactly.
we threw it on there.
So, all right. Next thing, obviously, when you get into the big boys, got to have some kind of roll cage in there. So that's definitely on the list.
Yeah.
Um,
Harness bar for now, so we can get the harnesses, and then so we get the harnesses in, but later on for sure, like. I'm still wanting to go with like straight up NASCAR bars and go ham, cut out the doors and everything.
Yeah, right.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
I know it gets pricey at that point, but if we're going to be this invested into the car, it's kind of worth it.
Exactly.
So we'll just send it and we'll be safe, and then we can do whatever we want to do
Yep.
with it. So.
Exactly. All right, moving on. Fuel cell. Yeah, that's yep.
Something I'd definitely like to do for whenever we do power out or something of that sort. I'd like to be, because these cars have a 20-gallon fuel tank underneath the back of the car, underneath the spare tire well area. It is absolutely atrocious and hangs like, well, it right now with the way the car is sitting, it hangs below the rear axle.
Mm-hmm.
So like you take the bumper off or anything, you can if you can get low enough, you can see the whole like half the fuel tank underneath the bumper, and it's just. One, it's ugly. Two, it's very close to the ground. So if you're ever doing any drops or anything on it, there's a possibility of it smacking the ground. So it would be nice to make like a rear firewall, put a fuel cell on the back, because it's gonna end up not being a car that we drive on the street a lot.
Yeah.
Eventually, it will turn into a track-only car, but I mean, like a 10-gallon fuel cell would be more than enough. And that way too, then at that point we put whatever pump we want in it. We can run different fuel lines and stuff like that. So later on, if we ever want to run a motor that can run E85, we can do that, and so on and so forth. But have a lot of benefits out of doing a fuel cell. It'll probably be a little bit later on when we're ready to do bigger things on the car, like the power outer and stuff. But it's definitely on the list of things that we really want to do. Just primarily one, to reduce the weight in the rear and to gain the ground clearance.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous how low those things sit. And they're so ugly.
It's just obnoxious.
So god-awful ugly.
Obnoxious.
Yeah.
Next thing, kind of body mod, kind of make it look good. Terminator hood with the dual extractor vents. We both kind of agree that's kind of one of the best looking hoods, in my opinion, besides the Mach 1 with the shaker. If you're going without a shaker, definitely the Terminator hood. I think this looks sweet. And its purpose is to get the heat out of it with the extractors. I think it would be obviously great for that part, but it just looks sick. I think that would really add to the look of the car, especially when it's lowered and stuff like that. It will look amazing. So that's definitely a big, nice thing to make it look kind of cool.
Yeah,
so
won't look like a little base model V6.
No, exactly. Get rid of that.
It'll look a little bit better with a hood.
Yeah, exactly.
And have some function.
Yep. All right, kind of going on. The next two are still more body mods, but the Mach 1 chin spoiler, we've been debating on different bumper covers and all that stuff. When it comes to swapping to like a Cobra front end or even a Celine front end, you have to get whole new core supports and everything for the car. It gets pretty pricey about that part, so we can very much sells a couple different ones. A harder case one that's like I think $100 and something versus a more rubberized setup for like $60. It gives a little more of a ground effect look, kind of like the Mach 1's had, and it just adds to the style of the car. So
$60 to $100, or like $600 to $800.
Yeah, so
a lot more work than just self-tap right ends in it.
Especially something if we're competing that's gonna get destroyed most likely when we do start doing tandems, and if we have any off-track excursions, we don't want something that we invested $1,000 in. So
with the Stang.
Exactly. That's what this Colorado's for, not the Stang. So, but yeah, so it's something cheap that we can get in the front of it, whether it's a newer GT style, which is essentially the same thing, just the fog lamps, or just again slapping on that chin spoiler. I think that'll be the ticket. So, and next one will be like a new rear bumper. We have it kind of. We had a mind. It was
messed up anyway.
Yeah. So the car got hit bad in the left, basically center in the car, but the bumper is kind of caved in a little bit on the left side of it. So we were gonna do some crazy ricer like stack exhaust for a while. We cut a hole for it, and then we're like, let's just do a double exit out the left side, and we just kind of made it work. But we'll definitely have to clean that up. And again, you can find V6 bumpers all day long. So. yeah, we'll probably put a new one under, clean up the rear end a little bit, and that way we'll room for more options for the exhaust setup.
It works.
Exactly.
It works.
Yeah,
But we
especially-
kind of
yeah.
want it to look a little prettier.
Yeah,
Make
exactly.
it a little nicer later, but that's later on down the road when we get a lot of other stuff done.
Exactly. So right now, functionality is a big thing for us.
Yeah.
Next big thing, another body mod, big wang or no wang. We're kind of debating on this
I
one a
was
little
I
bit
think
too.
it's gonna be both.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think,
Yeah.
because so whenever we first got the car, like it's got that base model V6 wing on it. Like it's kind of whatever. I don't personally really like them all that much. I'm a really big fan of the new edges and the S95s being like lowered with no wing on the rear, just having the kind of that slick top look.
Mhm.
But when they're stock height, they look really ugly, in my opinion. So we haven't taken it off yet and done like the little wing delete thing, where you put the little plugs in the in the trunk. But when we get coilovers on it, might take the wing off and just see how it looks and everything.
Yep.
But there's also Battle Arrow that's got a chassis mount for the S95s and new edges. But they're also prototyping a bigger kind of trunk mount that kind of reminds me similar to the Cobra R style, but it's not center mounted, it's on the edges of it. But it's that aggressive. If any of you have ever played Forza Motorsports, it looks like the Forza Motorsports spoiler.
Exactly.
It looks like the adjustable spoiler, so it kind of gets that feel to it.
Yeah.
I think it would look cool. So don't hate, it's a wing, but I like it. So yes, it will be a V6 Mustang with a big wing at some point.
Eventually, yeah. But first, probably no wang,
Please
especially once
do
you get the BCs.
comment all your hate.
Yes. Yeah, we understand it's a
That's why I
V6 Mustang. We understand this list is going on a V6 Mustang. We get it, but we're doing it for a reason.
It'll be fun.
Exactly.
And it was cheap to start.
Yeah, it's cheap.
To start.
First video tells it all. I mean, we bought it for $800, so
Yeah.
can't. Yeah, for us to have some fun with it and do what we got to do with it, be awesome. All right, next thing. So new wheels, basically for the car itself, not necessarily. Kind of more like an everyday wheel. We'll do events with them and everything like that, but something if we're going to a local Cars and Coffee or going to dirt events, stuff like that. We want some nicer wheels that we can slide on that look good with the car.
Thinking maybe something like, looking around online, the I can't remember the model of it, but they're an Avid one wheel, so it's inexpensive. But hate me if you want, they look like a TE37. Whatever, cool. I like the way that style of wheel looks, so I was like, cool, let's just go with that, because they were like $650 or $680 for a whole set of 4 for some 17s from the front, 18s for the rear, and the specs I was kind of looking at. So if that's the case, you could buy like 2 or 3 sets of those in comparison to a really nice set of wheels. You could buy 2 or 3 sets of them, so that way we have like a nice set for the street or for events or meets or whatever that we go to make the car look kind of presentable. And then we have 1 or 2 other sets for specifically track time, but that way we have matching wheels and we can consistently do, have like tires for those wheels and kind of thing, rather than being like we are right now with 4 different sets of wheels. But I would say they all have tires, but I destroyed them all. So they're all tires. That's on me.
Yeah. New Year's, what happened? Think about the hole in the ground. Actually, you did.
I did.
There's 2 holes in the
front of
ground.
my house. And the asphalt there is solid, like a 1/2 inch thick. Or deep. It's great.
It's great. I think there's still rubber on the car from it too.
Yeah, and they actually hold water. It's
and this is in July, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on.
It was January.
Yeah.
It's New Year's.
Yeah, I'm saying we're in July.
Oh.
We're almost in July now.
I'm behind.
We will be by the time we
He's
post the
ahead.
video.
He's in July. I'm still in January.
Yeah. So, all right. Biggest thing as we bring on more support and more people supporting the channel and more sponsors for the car, we definitely want to do some kind of Seat Time brother/Stang library on the vehicle. Basically something, again, just to promote the vehicle itself. So if we are being approved in our town or at dirt events, it kind of lets everybody know kind of who we are, and it be kind of bring it more to that race car status.
Let's give it that race car look.
Yeah, exactly. That's a big thing. So, yeah. So I think that'd be kind of cool. We're working up some ideas. I mean, we do have, obviously, in previous video, Corey's shop has sponsorship on the channel. They've already, again, helped us out with a few of the parts that were just recently added to the vehicle. So we're working on stuff and put them on the car. And then as we, again, add more stuff to the vehicle, we will kind of build it around that. So,
and soon to come, it's probably the next video. Don't ask me when, but it's probably the next video of the next thing to come is it's not a bottle, but it is a can of a sort.
I think it catches some things, maybe some liquid.
Yeah.
Some lubrication
Anyway,
liquid.
It's supposed to be vapor.
Yeah, right. Well, vapor,
It's supposed to be vapor.
Mm.
It's a catch can.
Yeah.
We're doing a catch.
Yeah, so.
It's more like a catch. It's huge. It's like a cord. It's way too big. But anyway, it's going to be really interesting trying to find a spot for it. But yeah, just a little tidbit there.
Yeah. So that'll be the next thing.
Was that all of it?
Hmm?
Was that all of
No,
it?
we got
Oh, Jesus.
a couple more. Yeah, it's a big list.
Oh, Lordy.
Buddy. All right. We'll kind of go. These are kind of like smaller things, or big thing for the last one.
We just wrote this, and I don't remember.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, oh, we're done.
Yeah, next thing on the list is lightweight flywheel / clutch setup. Rev faster. And again, that while we do that, we can get it basically fix the main leak on the vehicle, which is a remain seal. So we'll knock that out when that goes. We don't want to take the transmission out twice.
I literally have to park it backwards on my driveway because if I park it uphill, it just leaks all over my driveway.
Yeah.
But it's really weird because it's
Always
still
oil on
not,
it.
it's not low on the dipstick. It, don't get me wrong. We have run an extra quart of oil in it. We run 7 to a 6 quart change. But it's not even at the full line yet in the sense of going low.
Yeah, so.
But it's covered half of my driveway before, and I do not have a short driveway.
No. So yeah, that's big.
Landlords love it.
Yes. Yeah, that'd be huge. Again, that will help a lot of things there. And you kind of added that motor reseal. So going through the motor, while we do that, most likely, and resealing the entire motor, valve cover, intake, front seal, all that stuff, just to get any leaks we find. Maybe oil pan if we need to reseal that, but just basically try to get all the leaks figured out in the car because there are a couple on it. The big one obviously remain, but just basically figure all those things out.
So that's probably going to be in the fairly near future.
Yes.
Probably the month that we do BC coilovers, or at least get them ordered, because I think it's a 4 to 8 week wait time right now on them, which kind of sucks. But hey, it is what it is. Probably that time frame we're going to order that lightweight flywheel and the clutch setup and everything. Just so one, we have something to do to the car. And 2, that way we can go ahead and it needs to be done because we need to go ahead and get those leaks fixed for our events that we're going to go to so we don't have a leaking car because a lot of them won't allow you to drive if you have oil leaks.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. So, which makes a whole lot of sense. Don't want something blowing out and catching on fire or leaving oil over the track. So don't be that guy.
Right. Getting to the bottom of the list, last 2 things, 410 rear gear and updating the lighting on it, which would be a mixture of new headlights, new taillights, Type S LED lighting around the car for some underglow, inside car kind of stuff like you see some of the pros using. And then also, again, the 410 gear, which will help us a ton.
Yeah, don't quote me on this, but if I remember correctly, it's like a 323 or a 327 gear or something like that. It's in the low 32s factory. So 410s might let us actually grab third.
Yeah.
And it'll make it feel a little bit more peppy, but it'll just, with the ratio that high, it's going to give us more low end, more torque to the tires. I know it doesn't technically make the motor have more torque, but the tires will more easily break free with that higher gear. So 410s is what we were kind of discussing and going with. I was looking at 373s, just doing the math, and I think 410 is going to put us where we're going to want to be, especially when the car isn't full-fledged, we put more street miles and drift miles on it right now. So when it's turning the other way, where we're doing more events and we're not driving on the street as much, 410s aren't really going to hurt anything. Because right now, 80 miles an hour in 5th gear is only 2,100, 2,200 RPM. It's like nothing. Yeah. Which is kind of expected because it's stock.
Yeah.
But it's a cruiser. It gets 25 miles to the gallon on the highway, believe it or not.
It is actually pretty cool.
It's kind of ridiculous. That 20-gallon tank lasts way too long.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing to complain about. But anyway,
yeah.
I really want to go take advantage of this tire saver weather. And I know a spot, and I really want to show him.
Yeah.
So
we'll bring some videos of that coming up.
I might sneak him over there. I might try to convince him for this video. And then he's going to edit it at the end and be like, this is what we went and did.
Yeah, probably. We'll figure it out. But anyways, that's kind of what we have today. Again, big list, long list. If there's more you'd like to see or have any ideas in addition to what we have on the list already, let us know. Seriously, we want to build this with y'all. Again, we're growing with everybody here. We thank you for who has already subscribed to the channel. Tell your friends about us, man. And gals, we're trying to grow. Again, this is kind of a way to kind of show you where the channel's kind of going. So, lots of stuff happening. Also behind us, we got all my go-karting stuff. So we're in a break right now. So there'll be stuff coming up in August for that footage. And we're trying to get Corey out there. And
we're going to have a lot of stuff coming at the end of the year because there's a lot of drift events, learner days or whatever. There's your karting and whatnot that we're going to be able to get to go out to. So, worst case, even if I do go out to them and I don't get to run at all, I'll just film everything.
Exactly.
So we'll go that route.
Exactly. Yeah, lots of stuff coming up August, September, October. We got tons of things planned. So, but keep tuned. We also have some stuff coming up between now and then as well. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, check out the other videos we've done in the past. Again, thank you all so much for everything so far. And yeah, I think that's it. There you guys.
Cheer one.
Cheer one. Yes. Oh, we got bugs.
Damn, Florida.
Damn.
You good?
Oh,
you good? That almost. You almost had it.
jeez.
You almost.
What is you?
Oh,
it's zipping.
where'd you go?
It's zipping.
Oh,
I hear it.
Oh,
I hear it.
go.
What is it?
I don't know.
All right. Well, that's easily distracted.